I honor the empowerment of strength, vitality, courage, and truth.
Hello, I am back on YouTube and I'm so excited. I am going to be very consistent now with my monthly Tarotscopes. It's my way of giving back to you guys to help bring some sense of focus, guidance to your monthlies, and to just excite you a little bit on what to focus on, right? So I am really looking forward to this and I hope that this helps. So this will be for my element of Earth. And Earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So I will be pulling one card from each deck. And we have the regular tarot. And my focus cards, love and abundance. Okay, so I hope that this helps. This is for Earth signs. And some love advice. And for my abundance deck here. Okay, so we have here Page of Swords reverse. So Earth signs, I feel like you're going to struggle a little bit with your independence and getting a sense of freedom. So this could be in work relations or work related or even relationships. So if you're feeling like you can't have that fresh of breath air, that you don't have the ability to cut off some ties, well, this is all in your mind, and this just is a form of communication. Sometimes we just need to verbally express what it is that we're wanting, whether it's in career, love, or personally. But the Page of Swords upright, she or he can cut people off in 2.5 seconds and make decisions on their own and be this independent person that's very free-spirited, that just understands how communication works. They can say what they need to say. It is a little bit of an immature communication, and so we do have to be a little bit cautious. But because it's in the reverse, I do feel that you're going to struggle a little bit with this, with having to address certain issues or being able to feel like you have that sense of freedom at work. Like if you have a project you're working on and they're not, your boss is kind of like, well, I like what you're doing, but I don't want that. Or, you know, if you're wanting to get a project off the ground and you feel like you don't have the resources to do it, sometimes it's because we're being held back, you know, from other people. Now, your focus card is fertility, which is the start of new projects. So I do feel that you're going to be struggling in getting things off the ground. And I think my advice here would be that every time you have any initiative, creative spark that starts within you, you've got to go with it and you've got to run with it, because it could easily escape you. So please try to get any project off the ground, whether it's just writing about it or looking to do some research on how it would get started, just to see if that's something that you can consistently go with the flow with. But there is a block here being able to get things off the ground. And I think this is just your reminder of saying, hey, like, just because you got this brilliant idea, it doesn't mean it has to be finished by tomorrow or next week or even next year. As long as you start the process, you can always go back and see, you know, what else do I have to do? You know, I have constantly like 5-10 projects going on at one time, and I just do a little bit on each one. So, but I do feel that you need to remember that you are at the very beginning stages of something big, of something that you're wanting to get off the ground. And so be very, very patient with yourself. But maybe you do need to cut yourself off from certain responsibilities, or having to sacrifice a little bit of your time to get these things off the ground. It's just not, I feel like your routine and how you're doing things isn't really working. And so you're gonna have to just make that step and do things on your own versus trying to do things or having other people do things for you, I guess is what I'm really trying to say. And your abundance card here is, ask for your needs to be met. God and the angels can come to your aid only if you make a free will choice to be helped. And it begins with asking. It doesn't matter how you ask for help, but only that you do so. So ask for help. Ask for people's advice, opinions to help you make decisions on these creative projects, in the sense of, how do I free myself? How do I get that sense of freedom? How can I make this hobby a career choice? You know, seek out mentors. But personally, this requires some alone time with yourself to really think about what is it that you need help in, and how can you manifest those resources to come to you. Your love advice here is make the effort. So great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Listen, any relationship requires work and effort. And if you really truly care about somebody, you're going to make the effort. There is no such thing as just going halfway. Love and compassion and feeling passion, you've got to go all in. If you're not willing to go all in, then you're really blocking yourself from feeling all of that love. And maybe you are trying to be too independent, or trying to break free from a relationship or this other person. But the card here is telling you, hey, why don't you work on it just a little bit more? Maybe it will help you. Maybe you've been too cold. Maybe you've been too standoffish in your communication, that you're being guided here to really put that effort into your relationships. Now, if you're completely single, you have absolutely nobody in the picture, this make the effort is saying, hey, get yourself out there, feel attractive, get independent again, be a little bit more free-spirited, and just go out there and see what is out there, right? You can't go and meet new people if you're just at home on your couch. So I do feel that you're gonna have to try a little bit harder. If you're married or coupled, you know, maybe there's been too much focus on other things, that the relationship, or you're just starting to feel a little bit like, I don't know, and maybe too needy, or just too cold, you know what I mean? So I feel like you're gonna have to just stop for a second, think about, okay, how can I improve this relationship on my end? There's no need for you to just like point fingers and say, well, you don't do this, and so therefore I'm not gonna do that, right? So think of how you can improve the relationship, and your partner will then feel that energy and also will do the same. So I hope that this helps for you guys. Thank you so much, and I'm so excited to see what the rest of the year will be like on a monthly basis.